This is not our war. We will not be drawn into the conflict. That is not in our national interest.
Weren't saying if you just brief us, we'll help you. That's not what they were saying, and they were briefed. They understand what the objectives of the campaign are, and they were. By the way, these are the same people who were just telling Donald Trump, "You don't need to have sovereignty over bases in Greenland because you can just they're a NATO ally. They'll let you use them." And then a few weeks later, Spain, Italy, Britain not letting us use their base, not letting us fly over their airspace. They're making Donald Trump's point on Greenland. You know, Donald Trump didn't ask British pilots to fly alongside U.S. pilots and bomb the Iranian nuclear program. He just said, let us use your bases. Let us have overflight. And Spain is denying us overflight. Italy just told us we can't use their bases. What is the point of having U.S. bases? I would not be surprised if Donald Trump takes a real hard look at why we have bases in Europe to begin with after this.
I think that it's coming home to
when Donald Trump came into office in 2016, only 3 NATO allies were meeting their 2% commitment to GDP. It's only through tough love and through badgering them that he's gotten them to commit to 5. But what's the point of 5 if they're not even willing to help us when we need them?
If it's not a military alliance, really, then
what's the point?
What is it? You know, that's the question I guess the Secretary of State is asking now. A lot of folks in the administration. Great conversation. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Great to see you.
Thank you.
And of course, the fake news won't show you this.
That is now the 6th poster billboard that we have seen since arriving here thanking President Trump. They're thanking him for lifting punishing sanctions and normalizing relations between the U.S. and Syria.
I love you, Trump. I love you, Trump.
In small letters in the right-hand corner, a Syrian-American lobby group, Global Justice, co-founded by Mesa Kabani.
I want to show you this one, which is, after the liberation, it was our new slogan, make Syria great again.
When the dictatorship of Bashar al-Assad fell, Kabani began shuttling back and forth from her home in Philadelphia to Damascus. She met with President Trump and Syria's new leader, Ahmed al-Shara, pushing for that historic meeting between the two presidents. For President Trump, she had her sales pitch ready.
I told him our new slogan is make Syria great again, and hopefully we're going to see Trump Tower in Damascus soon. So he was laughing. So I don't know, I felt that we can do it. And I feel that, you know, this is the way how we're gonna approach President Trump. You know, his personality actually is different than any other president.
And of course, the fake news won't show you this.
That is now the 6th poster billboard that we have seen since arriving here thanking President